Hello everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Jefferson College Today, seen exclusively on JCTV, Charter Cable Channel 21, and online at jeffco.edu. I'm your host, Roger Barentine, bringing you the latest news and information about Jefferson College in Hillsborough, Arnold, and High Ridge. To learn more, let's take a look at what's happening at your community college. Well, following a public hearing preceding the start of their August meeting, the Board of Trustees established Jefferson College's tax rate for 2009-2010 not to exceed 34.83 cents per each $100 of assessed property valuation in each of the 3 counties within the college's service district. As well as is customary with the start of a new academic semester, the trustees also approved a list of teaching assignments contingent on sufficient enrollment in the classes proposed. Now, the instructional assignments will be presented for final approval in September after enrollments have been determined. In other news, at the request of faculty in the Area Technical School Advanced Residential Carpentry and Building Repair Technology programs, the board approved the purchase of a Bobcat track loader to enhance instruction in both of those areas. Now, the machine will be purchased from Bobcat of St. Louis for $41,392 using designated funds from the Perkins Grant of the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. As well, to prepare for the annual sale of obsolete equipment, computers, furniture, and other accumulated property, the board approved the disposal of such items through a public auction to be held this fall. Additionally, to prepare for the upcoming basketball season, the trustees appointed Kristen Moore as assistant basketball coach for 2009-2010 to replace Wanika Owsley, who accepted a similar position at Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland. Now, as a reminder, the next meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on Thursday, September 17th at 6:30 p.m. in the Administration Building Conference Room on the Hillsborough campus. In other areas, the Jefferson College Friday Speaker Series kickoff for the 2009-2010 season is scheduled for September the 11th at 11:45 a.m. in the Viking Room of the Student Center on the Hillsborough campus, as owner and managing partner of Fitz's Bottling Company, Robert Gunther, presents The Fitz's Way, a discussion that will include Fitz's history, strengths and weaknesses of its restaurant operation and retail soda operation, and the strategies the company uses to achieve present success and ensure future growth. The monthly speaker series is suitable for all ages, and presenters represent a broad spectrum of fields including international agencies and organizations, regional landmarks, education, historical events, professional sports, and film and television. Each hour-long program is held in the Viking Room of the Student Center here on the Hillsborough campus. Admission is only $5 per person, which includes a buffet lunch with beverages and dessert. Now, because space is limited, reservations are required. And if you'd like to make reservations or be placed on Jefferson College's Friday Speaker Series mailing list, be sure to contact Jessica Woodson at area code 636-797-3000 or 942-3000, extension 102. Or you can also email jwoodson@jeffco.edu. Well, following the recent health care forum hosted by U.S. Senator Claire McCaskill and other town hall meetings and national discussions surrounding proposed federal changes in health care coverage, Jefferson College will host a panel discussion titled Health Care Reform: Where We Are, How We Got There, and Where We Are Going, on Monday, September the 14th, at 7 p.m. in the Little Theater of the Arts and Sciences 1 building on the Hillsborough campus. The free program is open to everyone in the community. Moderated by philosophy professor Dr. Michael Booker, speakers will include economics professor Jim Watson, adjunct psychology instructor Donald Mitchell, and Jefferson Regional Medical Center president and CEO Dr. Lloyd Ford Jr. Topics will include the history of health care funding, the growth and government involvement in health care, reasons for the increasing cost of medical care, coverage for the uninsured, and proposed improvements to the current system. Of course, audience members will be allowed time to ask questions following the presentation, and the entire program will be rebroadcast throughout Jefferson County right here on JCTV and then posted on the Jefferson College website. Now, those that attend will be able to use the information presented in order to better understand news reports and related details concerning the health care issue. For more information about the health care reform panel discussion, be sure to contact Dr. Michael Booker at area code 636-797-3000 or 942-3000, extension 312, or email mbooker@jeffco.edu. Well, in the good news area, the Twin City Area Optimist Club officers Jan Norick, who's the president, and Kathy Henson, the scholarship committee chairperson, recently made a $3,000 donation on behalf of the organization to the Jefferson College Foundation Scholarship Fund. Pictured from left are Jefferson College President Dr. Raymond Comiskey, Foundation Executive Director Carol Klein, Henson, and Norick. The Optimist Club's commitment to raise funds for Jefferson College scholarships spans 15 years with a total contribution amount of $30,000. Now, in the 2009-2010 academic year, 5 scholarships will be provided to applicants who demonstrate need, are residents of Jefferson County, and had a minimum 2.0 grade point average. Well, the 4th annual Jefferson College Baseball Hall of Fame banquet will include the induction of 3 honorees, including Cliff Polite, Kevin Lucas, and Terry Cochran. Their inclusion in the Hall of Fame follows last year's induction of Mike Henneman, Harold Edding in 2007, and Dave Oster in 2006. The banquet will be held on Saturday, October 17th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. in the Viking cafeteria of the Student Center right here on the Hillsborough campus. Tickets for the event are now on sale. They're $30 until October the 9th and $35 at the door, and they can be purchased online at www.jeffco.edu/foundation or simply by contacting Marie Genowine in the Jefferson College Foundation office at area code 636-797-3000 or 942-3000, extension 105. Well, the music department is inviting area singers and instrumentalists to participate in the Jefferson College Community Chorale or Community Band this fall. Both of those groups are open to all experienced community members and college students. The Community Band, which is being led by Randy Hodge, rehearses on Monday evenings, and then the Community Chorale, conducted by Robert Howard, meets on Tuesday nights. And each of those groups meet at 7 p.m. in the Fine Arts Building here on the Hillsborough campus. For more information about the Community Chorale, be sure to contact Robert Howard at area code 636-797-3000, extension 360. And for details about the Community Band, contact Faculty Secretary Tina Jokerst at 636-797-3000, extension 331. And finally, to support the mission of Jefferson College, JCTV is always working to provide viewers with educational and informational programming that is both unique and exclusive to Jefferson County. If you have suggestions regarding the types of programs you'd like to see here on JCTV, feel free to contact the station by writing to JCTV, Channel 21, 1000 Viking Drive, Hillsborough, Missouri 63050, or by emailing jctv@jeffco.edu. Well, that will do it for the news portion of Jefferson College Today. Stay tuned now for the Jefferson College Spotlight as I visit with Continuing Education Coordinator Hal Neisler. Have a great rest of the week.
Very affordable. They have a convenient tutoring schedule that works around my schedule.
Jefferson College is very challenging.
They have a diverse campus.
This is the very beginning of the second part of my life, and I have a new sense of direction and a new passion in my life.
They are committed with my success.
The quality of education here, I would give it a 10. I'm Kimberly Clark.
I'm Shayna Payton.
I'm Jose Soloria.
I'm Rachel Schrage.
I'm Della Selman.
I'm Nick Schaefer.
I'm Stacy Self, and I discovered my future at Jefferson College.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Jefferson College Spotlight here in the very comfortable JCTV studio. I'm your host, Roger Barentine, and this afternoon it's a pleasure to have as my guest Jefferson College's Continuing Education Coordinator, Hal Neisler. Hal, welcome to the Jefferson College Spotlight.
Thank you, Roger.
As we talk this afternoon about the Continuing Education and Workforce Development Division of the college, talk a little bit about, both of those are really two different arms of outreach for the college. And so what, by definition, would you consider to be continuing education, and what thusly is workforce development?
Yeah, we did change things, a few years ago when we merged those two areas to be under the same umbrella with myself and Brian Herrick. And continuing education traditionally takes care of the fun classes all the way to the serious classes. And from fun, we talk about the motorcycle safety courses, a lot of fun for folks. It's on the serious side as well. But also we have Taekwondo for kids, swim lessons, the dance classes for the little girls here on campus. We also have some arts and crafts classes. And then the serious side would be basic sanitation for our area restaurant workers and things like that, that they come to us for their professional certification areas. And then once you put in the workforce development aspect of things with technical and career education, then we try to get people trained on a fast track and get them back into the workforce.
Now, this is really one of those unique divisions, it seems to me, in the college, in that literally you have something that appeals to everyone, from whether you're a youngster to someone who's working on a degree or a particular kind of a skill set, even to those who are senior citizens. There's really something for all members of the family and all ages.
Yeah, one phone call you might be talking to a mom about getting her kids enrolled in the hitting clinics we have coming up in December with our baseball coach, Sam Carroll. The next phone call you might take might be a dislocated worker from Neisler who is looking for a different class to take to get back into the workforce.
With that, let's look at continuing education for just a moment. Obviously, I had an opportunity before we came on the air today to read the new continuing education schedule that's out for the fall, and there are a lot of things involved in terms of the number of courses that you're offering here. Tell us a little bit about what some of those subject areas are in continuing education, and even more specifically, what some of the more popular courses that are available this fall.
Yeah, we start off from art and go through business and computers, crafts, dance, guidance, history. Those are some of the areas, all the way up to recreation and swimming. Some of the most popular classes, I've already mentioned the motorcycle safety courses, hunter education, where a father and son or a father and daughter or even the moms get involved in hunter ed these days. That's a very popular class in the fall here on our campus as people get ready for firearm deer season and such. Our Learn to Swim program has probably doubled its numbers in the last couple of years with the help of Chrissy Callentine, the pool manager, Michelle Cobb, one of our instructors. So those are some of the classes that really make our telephone ring.
Now, there are not only courses for adults, but you guys do a terrific job, I think, of offering a College for Kids program. Talk a little bit about those things that are available for kids.
Right. We also offer the College for Kids program, the 3 semesters, fall, spring, and summer, where kids can get involved in the Taekwondo, in the dance classes, learn to swim. We've also offered from time to time drawing classes. We also introduced here recently a Missouri Conservation Frontiers class, and that's free. We're partnering with Missouri Department of Conservation, getting materials from them. And it comes with a pretty thick guidebook, and the kids work on projects throughout the year, and it helps them become better citizens to the environment, and it's a real good learning tool as well, studying about wildlife here in Missouri.
Parents, kids, what's available for continuing education in terms of senior citizens?
Well, we have computer classes for seniors that always are popular, whether it's eBay, Introduction to Computers. We have a number of history classes that are also popular, whether it is a one evening class to learn more about the Jefferson County History Center here on our campus upstairs in the library, or studying historic cemeteries in Jefferson County. So a number of things. provided for the seniors, and especially the art classes. Maybe down through the years they've always wanted to learn how to oil paint and never had the time. Well, we offer that here, watercolor and some other drawing classes as well.
They say that variety is a spice of life, and it truly is here. It's amazing to me to listen here this afternoon and to hear all of the different things that are available. Again, not only within a particular subject area, but beyond that, those things that interest young and young at heart, so to speak.
That's right.
How many courses typically are offered in terms of continuing education, and where are they offered?
Yeah, we will offer over probably 220 sections of instructor-led courses, and then we not only offer these classes at our 3 campuses at Hillsborough, Arnold, and Northwest, but we're also at about 7 different school districts in Jefferson County, 1 area golf course, Deer Creek, so between Northwest School District, DeSoto, Herculaneum, or Dunklin, Jefferson R7, Festus, and Fox. I mean, we try to cover all areas of Jefferson County with continuing ed.
Yeah. Literally in your backyard.
Yes.
It would seem.
It should be, yes.
Obviously, some folks are very much on the go. If they're like me, sometimes they're not an opportunity to particularly attend an on-site course. What kinds of things are available this day and age in terms of online and online educational opportunities for those folks that want to pursue education in that realm?
We have partnerships developed with a number of online vendors. One of the most popular vendors we have is with a group called Education to Go. Over 300 classes, a variety of classes with Education to Go. And before I came over today, I wanted to grab our most recent invoice that we pay out to Ed to Go. And some of the classes that people in our area are signing up for, just to give you an idea, Write Like a Pro, Accounting Fundamentals, Drawing for the Absolute Beginner, Get Grants, Introduction to Excel 2003, Legal Nurse Consulting, Beginning Writers Workshop, Introduction to Excel 2007, Introduction to QuickBooks 08. Those are just a few off our most recent invoice from Education to Go that our students are calling up and taking, and the majority of those classes are only $89. And they could take them, they sign up, they register, they're available 24/7 for their convenience.
And again, obviously, we're speaking about the availability of them online, but I would assume a number of them, again, are listed in the fall continuing education schedule, correct?
Exactly. The whole listing is available not only in our book, but also online at our website.
How, as we talk about a shift from the continuing education types of things that your office does to the more serious side of things, the workforce development, what are some of the targeted kinds of workforce development areas and courses that particularly are available this fall?
Yeah, we continue to provide classes for the area electrical contractors so they can get their professional credits. Those classes are offered by Rick Mead, an area electrician up at our Arnold campus. Those are always popular. It keeps people within the certification here in Jefferson County. We have also opened up some new classes with an area instructor, Scott Honer, and Scott is providing instructor-led OSHA 10, OSHA 30-hour, and also the OSHA CPR and first aid classes. Plus, with Scott as an instructor, if there's any business industry out there who would like to do some customized training through us and Scott, he's also open to HAZWOPER and some of the other OSHA title classes. So that is new within the last 6 to 8 months.
Another thing that I noticed particularly of interest as I thumbed through the fall continuing education course schedule is the availability of the Green Technology Training Institute. And I know that our new Dean of Career and Technical Education, Elizabeth Check, is very much a proponent of green technology, as is current President of the United States, Barack Obama. So tell us a little bit more in terms of what the college is doing to reach out with these kinds of green initiatives.
Yeah, we have instructor-led, and we also have an abundance of online opportunities in regards to the green classes. The online opportunities vary from energy auditor training all the way to wind and solar. You can take classes online in those particular areas. Instructor-led, we're really excited, Roger, because we have partnered with a company called Clean Edison. Clean Edison will be on our campus November 2nd through 6th. It's a week-long scheduled class, instructor-led, for the certification of Building Performance Institute, where people can enroll for the building analyst training. And not only will they be in the classroom here, but Clean Edison will also lease a home, acquire a home for a week for field observation and do on-the-site training in that regard for energy conservation measures.
And that's the first of its kind, to my knowledge.
First of its kind. It's our first time offering it. I believe it's going to make. We're going to hold that class and hopefully develop a real good partnership with Clean Edison.
Yeah, this is very exciting to see the college being on the cutting edge in terms of these technologies, using new methods and new ways to reach out in terms of the employment. Obviously, we're in the midst of an uncertain economy. Folks continue to look for ways to improve existing skills. In some cases, look for new jobs altogether. And I think it's very exciting to see Jefferson College be a leader in this area, particularly as the impetus is there from a national standpoint.
Yeah, especially for area contractors who need to get some extra training in regards to these new green areas, and also for their employees to expand in those particular aspects of construction.
Hal, as I again look to the fall continuing education course schedule, and I'm literally flipping through the pages this afternoon, and I see industrial safety classes. Here's a page in terms of water and wastewater training, Missouri customized training programs, work keys. You earlier mentioned the ACT Center and online courses with Ed2Go. How do you deal with an individual that perhaps calls or comes into the office, and with so many choices and opportunities available to them, that isn't necessarily sure about, they know that they need some professional development and some expertise in terms of workforce training, but don't necessarily know which direction to go? How do you and your staff appeal to them and tell them about all the opportunities available here?
Well, if it's on the phone, we talk to them over the phone, just like the folks on the credit side in the advising areas. A good example is a gentleman who came to our office last week, heard a few things that we were doing, wanted more information. We showed him what we're offering online. This gentleman says, I don't have a computer, I can't do anything online. Brian Herrick, the head of our department, sat down and visited with the gentleman for a while, kind of picked his brain, so to say, as to exactly what are you looking for, how can we best help you. We have computers available in our library here if you think you can get here to take any online classes in that regard. We have a number of ways to assist you and make sure you are able to take these classes the best way we can if we sit down and talk out some ideas. So that's how we do it. And our girls in our office, our staff, they do it every day.
And they do a terrific job in terms of the personal touch, listening to what customers are asking for, and then in terms of the things that you're doing to tailor programs specifically to those needs, I think is outstanding. Do you find most of the time when folks contact you in terms of workforce development and those kinds of issues that they pretty well know what they need, or are they oftentimes really kind of seeking some advice and seeking help in terms of, again, I know I need to take a class, but I may not know which specific class?
Yeah, a little bit of both, Sometimes they've already done a lot of their homework. They know about some of the classes, what's involved. And sometimes they need some more information about what's required and what books might be required and things like that, and exactly what the local workforce is demanding these days. So a little bit of both, I would say.
as we look at wrapping up our visit today. Again, I find the Continuing Education and Workforce Development book very interesting in that it's almost 2 publications. As I looked at the front part of the book, we're talking about a number of those personal interest and leisure, quality of life kinds of experiences, and yet toward the back of the book, we're talking about workforce development and skills improvement kinds of things. For a closing thought this afternoon, what can people do in terms of learning more about what's available here? Because this is a great, not necessarily a great amount of information to absorb, but some great opportunities that people perhaps will overlook if they think that this is a course schedule that deals with just for fun things.
Right.
You know, folks certainly don't want to take for granted that there are some very innovative things and yet very real world opportunities that are found in the course booklet.
Yeah, they can go to the website, jeffco.edu, go to the Continuing Education tab, look at our information there, and be sure to call our office, 797-3000. Our extension in Continuing Education is 144. We would be more than happy to talk with prospective students over the phone and get them in our classes.
And then, as well, I looked in my post office box just yesterday, and there was a list of all of the fall continuing education classes there as well.
We're getting a number of phone calls off of that flyer, Roger, and we just invite people to look at the website and give us a call.
Hal, I appreciate your time this afternoon. You guys are doing a terrific job in the continuing education and workforce development area, and keep up the good work. Again, this is something obviously in the midst of a nasty economy where we need as much help as we can get in terms of getting folks back to work, getting people good, solid job skills, and keeping folks working as they should.
Yeah. Thank you, Roger.
Thanks for the visit. Well, there you have it. Again, if you'd like more information about the college's Continuing Education and Workforce Development Division, feel free to either go to the Jefferson College website, that's at www.jeffco.edu, or feel free to call the college at area code 636-797-3000. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Jefferson College Spotlight. Thanks for watching. See you next time.